When I was a young Elvis fan, I really wasn't interested in the concert so much. Of course, I enjoyed watching Elvis in That's the Way It Is and Elvis on tour, but watching him on screen and listening to a live album wasn't quite the same thing. And in fact, the first time I had an Elvis collection when I was a teenager, as I mentioned in a previous video, there were quite a few of the live albums that I just never bothered buying. And it's only really in the last 12 months that I've started changing my mind about listening to the concerts. And yeah, I've really been getting into the concert years. If you listen to the concert CDs, each show has its own atmosphere. There's always something unique about any particular show. Anyway, what I want to do in this video is show the live collection that I've built up over the years, most of which I've bought in the last 12 months. And tell you how I've gone about doing that. It's largely based on what I believe was FTD's initial approach to the live performances. I understand that when they started, they planned to release one show from each of Elvis's tours and all the engagements in Las Vegas and Lake Tahoe. And that's basically how I've gone about it. Not in the case of every year, as we'll see, but that's basically my my approach. Anyway, let's get into the first year, which was, of course, 1969. Elvis's first engagement in Las Vegas was from July the 31st, 1969 to August the 28th, during which time he performed 57 shows, 12 of which are available officially. I do have a few bootlegs, and among those I've got a few audience recordings, and I will be showing those as well when we get to those particular releases. The earliest show, I believe, is one that's on this release here. Some of these MRS sets, it's difficult to know what the title is. Las Vegas International presents Elvis, the first engagements, 1969 to 70. And there's one show in here from 1969. The date is disputed. It just says August 1969 there. You may have heard or read that it's August the 3rd, but there's some dispute around that date because Elvis makes reference to how difficult it is to get up for a dinner show. But if it's August the 3rd, then that would have only been his third dinner show. So it could well be after August the 3rd. Anyway, it's a typical August 1969 show. The set lists didn't vary very much. Everything else that was that has been released officially can be found on this box set here. Now, I hadn't planned to buy this set, but it came along at a good price, so I picked it up. Live at 1969, and this contains 11 shows, going from the midnight show of August the 21st right through to the midnight show of August the 26th. So you've got each of those 11 shows in a row. You can find videos showing this set in detail on YouTube if you want to find out more information on this. I would urge caution before buying this though, and the reason I say that is because a lot of it is available elsewhere. That often happens when you get these big box sets. You don't really get much new music. So if you're a hardcore Elvis CD collector, then you may already have much of this music here. So let me give you some idea of what else is out there. One of the shows is available on this set here, Live in Las Vegas. This 4 CD set came out a long time ago. Of course, most famously, there's a show or parts of different shows, I think, on this CD here, Elvis in Person. And you'll also find a show on the Viva Las Vegas 2 CD set, which came out in 2007. And there are other tracks, not full concerts, but other tracks on releases such as Collector's Gold, Today, Tomorrow and Forever, and even Writing for the King, an FTD book. One of the shows you can only get on an LP, which is the August 23rd dinner show. And just going back to this set briefly, so what exactly is on here that you can't find anywhere else? Well, I'll tell you. You have the August 22nd midnight show. About half of that show you can only get on this set, and the August 25th dinner show, most of that show is only available on this set. So that was Elvis in 1969. Elvis's next live performances were at exactly the same place where he'd started in 1969, back in Las Vegas. This time he was there from January the 26th to February the 23rd. Again, he performed 57 concerts, and if you want a taster of what he did there, well, you need look no further than the original On Stage album, February 1970. Although, in fact, a couple of these songs were recorded in 1969. This is, again, an old Japanese CD, but very easy one to find from other countries. You can also, if you want some full performances, some complete concerts, you can go back to this one here, which contains the opening and closing shows. Now, you might not be able to get this new anymore, but MRS has actually reissued the music on this set as 2 releases. So you can now get the 1969 concert on its own, and you can also get the 2 1970 shows on their own as well, as in a 1-2 CD set. I'm not sure which would be cheaper. It might be cheaper to try and find the original version with the hardcover. And if you want even more music from that particular engagement, you could try and find this one, which would probably cost you quite a bit of money now, the FTD On Stage release. 2 CDs on here. Again, it's got the original album. It's also got performances from 1, 2, 3 other shows. And a lot of the material on this set is not available elsewhere. And this one here, which is the 19th, I think, February the 19th midnight show, that's almost a complete performance. And there's another FTD release called Polk Saladani, which also has almost a complete concert. So there's plenty of stuff available from that second Vegas engagement. Then between February the 27th and March the 1st, Elvis did his first tour. He performed 6 shows at the Astrodome in Texas. Sadly, none of these are available, or at least they've never been released officially. And then he was back to Vegas once again. This was in August, from the 10th to September the 7th. And he performed 58 shows this time in Vegas. We're into That's the Way It Is territory now, and there is quite a bit of material out there. Much of which you can find on this box set here. That's the Way It Is. This is an 8 CD, 2 DVD set, which came out in 2014, I believe. And this is a little card that sits over the back there. This one contains 6 different concerts from the opening show of August the 10th. I think these are all consecutive shows going right through to the August 13th dinner show. If you just want a sample of this particular engagement, that last one there, August the 13th dinner show, you can get that on an FTD CD called The Wonder of You. Now, once again, there are videos out there on YouTube showing this set in detail, so I won't go into it here. There is one more show which is out there. It's almost complete. It's another MRS release. This is a 2 CD set. It has 1 concert and some rehearsal material. And the show is from the 2nd of September, 1970. And that's more or less it for 1970. Elvis embarked on a couple of short tours towards the end of the year, September the 9th to the 14th, but there have been no performances from that tour officially released. And then towards the end of the year, November the 10th to the 17th, once again he was on tour. There is one performance from November the 11th, which is available on, well, it comes with a very expensive FTD book called Taking Care of Business in a Flash. Now, it's an audience recording, but as you probably know, the FTD books, they can get very, very expensive. I would like to have at least one performance from each tour and engagement, but I'm not really prepared to pay the amount of money that people are asking for that book just to get an audience recording. So I doubt that one's going to be coming into the collection anytime soon. Now, when we get to 1971, sadly, there are not too many shows out there, which is a shame because Elvis was still very much in top form in that particular year. I've got a couple of releases. This is by far the better of the two. It's an MRS set, I suppose it's called now, 1971. 4 CDs. It's got songs from 6 different shows. Some of them are incomplete, so you've got 2 partial shows there on one disc, a couple more on disc 2. It does contain part of the opening show and the complete closing show from the 23rd of February. This one largely corresponds to 2 FTD releases, Las Vegas 71 and The Impossible Dream. But CD4 here, the closing show, is not available on any FTD release, although it is available on bootleg. The only other CD I have is this one here, Las Vegas Fever Volume 1. This is a bootleg. It's from the February the 21st, 1971, but sadly I cannot recommend it because while it's not a bad audience recording, unfortunately the music is way too slow. You can tell straight away that it's too slow. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that. It was quite a while before Elvis performed live again after that, and in the summer he appeared for the first time at Lake Tahoe, where he performed from July the 20th to August the 2nd. Sadly, there are no official releases from that particular engagement, nor the next one, which was his 5th engagement at Las Vegas from August the 9th to September the 6th. And then to end at 1971, Elvis was on tour for a short while, November the 5th to November the 16th. And there's just one concert been released officially from that tour, and you can find that one on this MRS release, Like a Black Tornado, and you can also find it on FTD, Boston Garden 71, I think it's called. So yeah, sadly, not too many performances available from 1971, officially at least, and there are a few gaps in there as well. Engagements and tours from which nothing was released. Right, let's move on to 1972. Now, fortunately, in 1972, there's a lot more choice for live concerts. A lot more was recorded and a lot more has been released officially. The first shows were, again, back at Vegas from January the 26th to February the 23rd. Yet another 4-week engagement, 57 shows. And you can actually get the very first show on this MRS CD here, opening night 1972. This one has not been released by FTD. There are some performances available on FTD. None of them are full shows, and if you want a taster, you could find this CD here, Standing Room Only, FTD release, which contains some performances from that first Las Vegas engagement. There are a couple of other FTD releases as well, which contain more material, such as An American Trilogy and so on. Following that Vegas engagement in the spring, Elvis was on tour from April the 5th to the 19th. If you want just one show from that particular tour, then you may already have it on this set here, Close Up, CD4, which was a performance in Texas, April the 18th. That show is also available on this 6 CD set, which contains 4 shows from April, and a couple of other CDs of rehearsals. It's also got the DVD, I believe. Yeah, 1 Blu-ray. 6 CDs plus 1 Blu-ray. I've just got one more release from that particular tour. This is quite a nice package, actually. It's a book with a DVD and 2 CDs. The Guitar Player Worth a Damn. There's the DVD at the front. And at the back, 2 CDs there. One is the Greensboro Show, which is part of that box there. The other one here, though, it says it's the Hampton Roads Afternoon Show. I'm not sure if that's true, because the one in the box set here is the Hampton Roads Evening Show. So I'm going to have to compare those and make sure that that is the afternoon show. But yeah, this is a nice set. I may do a a video about this in future if anybody's interested. It's got a lot of pages in there. Over 200 pages. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, just let me know and I'll do a separate video on that. In June of that year, Elvis was on tour again, this time performing at Madison Square Garden, among other places. I've got a few releases from that particular tour. The most obvious one, if you just want one, you may as well get the original performance at Madison Square Garden. This one is again an old Japanese CD from the 80s. You can also get the afternoon performance that he gave. This one was also released in Japan. And you can get both of those shows on this box set here, Prince from Another Planet, with a booklet and a little DVD in there as well. The Japanese version, by the way, comes with an extra booklet. And Elvis still wasn't done in 1972. He was back in Vegas in the summer for what I think was his longest engagement there up to that point, from August the 4th to September the 4th, a full month. And there are quite a few shows available from that particular season. I've got a couple here. What I have here is this MRS 4 CD set, Las Vegas Summer Festival 1972. 4 different shows. You can get some of these on FTD on CD called Summer Festival and What Now My Love. And this one here, South Paradise Road. This contains one rehearsal and a concert from August the 12th, which is also on the one I've just shown you. There we go, closing night, 1972. 4th of September. What's the second CD? Second CD contains rehearsal tracks. That's the first one. And this one is also available on an FTD CD called Destination USA. And right at the end of 1972, Elvis had one more tour from November the 8th to the 18th, where he played, among other places, Hawaii, in order to get used to the venue for the upcoming Aloha from Hawaii via satellite show in January 1973. Sadly, none of the shows from that particular tour have been released officially. That seems like a good place to stop for this particular video. I'll carry on with this another time. What do you think of this particular period of Elvis's life, 1969 to 1972? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.